Hello, everyone. Forgive the chill vibes intro that I did not mean to put on. Um, Welcome to the Disneyland Resort as we are celebrating the start of the 70th anniversary celebration, which doesn't officially begin for a couple more days, but we're getting a preview right now with our own Mike Celestino. Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's it going? I am starting in Mickey's Toontown because that's where I ate my lunch. But there's
And
not,
probably the one part of the park with no 70th anniversary
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So it's a actually good starting point. We can go and find places that do have 70th stuff.
Well, the cast member's outfit right there looks pretty 70th, although I think that's just
Oh
the
yeah,
regular costume.
right. I think Toontown now is one of those mix and match lands where
Mm,
you have like a bunch of options as a cast member on what you can wear.
yeah. It's just that their color scheme happens to overlap. How do you feel about the color scheme?
I like it. I think I told Rebecca the other day it reminds me of like birthday party decorations. You mean for the 70th, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
not for the cast member costume.
right. Yeah, I think it's not as classy as like the uh 60th was or the 100th
Yeah,
Disney anniversary, but that's kind of what they were going. I think they were kind of steering away from that as they said in the presentation last night.
yeah. 75 will be the
Right.
classier Jubilee one. Hey, Fred Ramirez. Thanks for joining us. Fred's wanting to know how the weather is. It says it looks beautiful.
It's really, really nice and bordering on hot, I would say. It's very, very sunny and nary a cloud in the sky. Some little
Yeah.
wisps of clouds.
It said on pay. It said it was. I went outside to walk the dog, and when I came back, she was panting. I was like, "Man, it's hot." And then I checked, and it says it was 82, and I'm like, "No, it's got to be warmer than that. Stop lying to me. I'm not that much of a sensitive to this."
Hey, the character cavalcade just went past.
Nice, yeah. We have video of that up on our YouTube right now. You can check out that Mike shot about an hour ago.
Yeah,
We'll also have more clips on our social media. What did you think,
it's fun. It's got Duffy and is it
Shelly May?
Shelly May? Yeah. Um, but yeah, you've seen that kind of thing before, I think.
Yep, characters on tiny floats. So that's how they can run it twice in like an hour.
Yeah. We should also mention as we're passing by Small World that Miguel and Dante from Coco are now in the Mexico section of that ride.
Yeah, which another video you can check out on our YouTube, which you may already be watching. We are multi-streaming, but over on our YouTube. What was the fancy word you used? What version of Dante?
Alebrije.
Alebrije.
I
Nice.
learned about Alebrije at the long lead media preview of Coco. I went up to Pixar Animation Studios in Emeryville, California. And yeah, I mean Alebrije is like a form of art, like local arts in Mexico, and it's like a very colorful imaginary type animal.
Nice. Well, I got to teach Luke the word Quebecois today, so there's that. As the Jonas Brothers kick in the background.
Yeah, there's our copyright
It was
flag for this episode.
it was surprisingly clear. I was like, oh no, did I like hit play on something? And I'm like, oh no, that's just Nick Jonas. I know what that is.
Matterhorn still under refurb. Figure I'll go through Tomorrowland, then we'll start down. You kind of showed this all the other day, but I don't know. Like, did you have anything specific you wanted to hit?
I just want to check out the atmosphere. I do want to, if we encounter any of the special Magic Band tap points, those are
Yeah,
all so far way cooler than I ever anticipated that they would be based on the description.
yeah,
And unfortunately, the interactive key to Disneyland, even though you now have one, that is
yes.
not quite set up. We might see a couple of them set up, but they are not active yet. So we can do the Magic Band ones. We can look at the
Okay.
keys, but those won't work.
Is there one in Tomorrowland? A Magic Band? There must be, right?
Let me see for sure.
I've only crossed paths with one so far. The Main Street one.
Yeah, I know that there's that one. There's also one in Fantasyland. There's one in Frontierland, and there's Jungle Cruise one. That one's actually pretty cool. That's probably the best themed section that I've seen so far. Like the machine is really well integrated, I feel like.
Which land was that?
Adventureland.
Okay.
I think
Look at
it's
what a
near
nice
Cruise
dinner.
because it's like a skipper locker.
Okay.
Let me take a look here. Magic Band. Special interactions. Let's see here. There's Tilly's booth, Frontierland, Silver Spur Supplies, Fantasyland Windows, Skipper Lockers, Jungle Cruise, Autopia in Tomorrowland, which I think
Okay.
is the one that Eric said is not actually set up yet, but we'll go take a look.
We'll go see. We're almost there. But today's the big media party in Fantasyland. There's a sign out front as you're walking into the park saying Fantasyland's going to be closed after 4 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big like media dinner that I'm going to in a couple hours.
Fred's asking if the grizzly bear statue is still there. You mean over? Is that in California Adventure? You mean, Fred, or something else that I'm not thinking of? Do you know of a grizzly bear statue aside from the one in DCA, Mike?
No, that's the only one I can think of.
Oh, what was it there yesterday?
Sorry, say it again.
He's just asking if it's still there, so I'm wondering if you remember if it was there yesterday. I assume it is.
I think so. So where I'm at Autopia now, is it over here by the bathrooms?
I mean, it's a great question. I don't know since he said it wasn't open. I don't know if he has photos of the not openness.
Okay, let's see.
I would almost think that would be by where you get your license, but that might be a little too crowded there if all of that's there.
Yeah, I'm looking over there and it doesn't seem like there's anything new.
Yeah.
Other than the booths that are usually there. Let's see. This is one of my favorite bathrooms in Disneyland.
I've always wondered. It's probably one of the ones I visited the least, honestly. Maybe next time I go, which it's been a while since I've been in Disneyland, but the next time, maybe I will.
Do you found it? No. Oh, you guys are looking for in the queue. So other members of the media are trying to find this little touch point as well.
Yeah, I also wondered if it was in the queue, but that seems mean. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I know that they do have a lot of real estate in there. Do they still show? Back when it was sponsored by Chevron, they had those like videos and stuff that would play in the covered part of the queue.
Playing on this screen here, sponsored by Honda now.
Right. It has been for a while. I'm just showing my age.
Yeah.
I doubt Mike has, and I haven't either. I imagine you have not seen the trailer for Ironheart yet.
I actually did watch that.
Oh, okay. What'd you think?
When did that come out? I think I watched it last night after I retired to my room.
Well, it officially came out today, but it might have snuck out there yesterday.
Well, maybe it was this morning then. Yeah, it looks fun. I will check it out.
I am waiting for my wife to get home to watch it, but I am looking forward to it.
I think I was more disappointed that after my day started here and I knew I was going to be busy for the rest of the day, I saw that the James Gunn Superman trailer came out, which I'm genuinely pretty excited for that movie mostly because of James Gunn. I don't really care that much about Superman, but
yeah.
but I haven't watched that trailer yet. No luck yet on this.
That's
Magic.
all right. We'll continue our journey. But rest assured, someone on our team will eventually find it if and when it is available, and we
I
will
would
bring that
say
to you.
at the latest, I will find it on Friday because
There you go.
I feel like I'm coming Friday to do like a mop up of all the stuff that we haven't found yet from the
Yeah,
70th.
yeah, and all the stuff that wasn't quite ready for prime time.
Yeah. I don't see where they went with those other guys.
That's all right. We'll continue walking through Tomorrowland.
Okay.
One of the original lands.
Yeah, that statue in the Esplanade has flags representing, is it 5 original lands? I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, except as Doobie pointed out, the Space Mountain is the representative for Tomorrowland, which was not an opening day attraction. The other ones, well, I
Right.
mean, Main Street has the partner statue, which was also not an opening day thing. But I guess they didn't want to go with whatever the Monsanto. I don't even know what was opening day for Tomorrowland, which is why they didn't do it. I know of things that were there over the years, but honestly, I could not
Right.
say what was there on opening day.
Flying saucers, was that opening day?
That's what I was thinking, but I don't actually know. I just pictured Jetpack Man whenever I think of that section of First 50 Magical Years, a film that is now 20 years old. Go figure. There was not a morning show this morning, unfortunately, but there will be tomorrow, and we'll be doing our winners and losers for the week. So make sure you tune in then.
So we're coming up short so far, but there is lots of 70th stuff out here.
People love walking through Disneyland. It doesn't
know.
matter if we find anything in particular.
That's right.
I love walking through Disneyland. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been there. I think the last time, but I think I've been in every park in the world except for Shanghai since the last time that I've actually been in Disneyland Park. So it's
Have you been to Shanghai at all?
I have been to Shanghai for the opening, but have not been back since.
So you've been to every Disney theme park so far?
So far, yeah. We'll see Abu Dhabi in about a decade.
Right.
But yes, my last one was actually Paris. We purposely spent a good 20 minutes in Walt Disney Studios Park so that Disneyland Paris would be our last actual park to check off the list.
Nice.
And yes, Fred, no morning show on Friday. But remember, we will be doing a member stream that afternoon. And then on Saturday, if you remember, I'll be doing probably a short little walk and talk from Marceline, Missouri, Walt Disney's adopted hometown. Still doing planter maintenance.
Yeah, still working on it. I should have asked the Imagineers today. I was chatting with Imagineers this morning. You could have asked them about this.
Yeah, maybe which opens first, that or Abu Dhabi? Or Villains Land. Those 3 things. We'll see. We all may be gone by then. I'm sure that this castle has some 70th layer to it.
Here we go. Sleeping Beauty Castle.
Yeah, those flags look very nice.
70th decor.
I like that they're dark. Like this castle, it's lighter, and so having the like darker blue and darker pink to complement the lighter pink and lighter blue, I think looks quite nice actually.
Yeah, very nice.
And then he was like round and I was onto food.
Oh, against him. I like how your
Just like,
microphone just
oh,
randomly
yeah.
decides to pick up on different conversations. Shuts some out, picks some up perfectly. I mean, I couldn't hear what they said, but I could tell that it sounded
Right.
like you're gonna Baba Booey your microphone out. I'm heading into Fantasyland, where I'm not exactly sure where this one is, but I imagine that I picture it being around here.
Okay, let's look around. So we've got the little walkthrough. There's
Very nice.
statue here.
Donna
Don't
likes
see
it.
anything
Sounds
there.
nice to
Oh,
see you, Donna.
wait. What's this? Look at this.
That is it. Look at that. Yeah. So there are several different touch points that will those little coats, coat of arms there. Those will, well, they'll do something. Imagine that. But they'll do a little animated thing, which is
Yeah, we're
pretty
gonna
cool.
Find out in just a minute. There's a
As
big
this
parade of
tour
people.
walks by.
Yeah. All right.
Look for famous people. There was a plaid. No, okay, don't see it.
Which one should I try first?
Which
Should we
is your
take a vote?
favorite?
I like green. I'm gonna go green.
Okay, I was thinking story-wise, but color-wise is fine too.
So what's supposed to happen?
I would hope that green is Toad, but it might be.
You know what, Kyle? This is hilarious that you caught this on camera. Does that look like a magic band to you?
No, that's a Star Wars watch.
It's a Stormtrooper watch. My magic band is on my other wrist.
Okay. So I guess green is probably Peter Pan. So after you tap it, let's look up at Peter Pan.
I've done that before at the entrance, and they laughed at me. It's like, that's not a magic band. That's your watch.
Let's watch this, and then I'll do what else.
Okay. There we go.
Here we go. Well, see, got a good review from the kids around you.
Yeah. All right, let's try this one. Maybe you gotta wait for the other one to die down.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's swirling. Here we go.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's very cool. I like the bouncing and stuff. He looks like he's on an Indiana Jones attraction.
That's really neat, actually. Try some of the others over here.
Would have been cool if they put it behind some glass that wasn't so reflective. It's the tea potty. The mad tea potty. Bringing the scary back to the scary adventure.
Yes. Dipping the poison apple.
All right. Well, that was the weakest of the 4 we've done so far, but still cool.
Okay. Let's try the. Can I try? Carousel.
Fun. So yeah, you don't get a ticket at these ones, but that's a cool addition. I love stuff like this.
Yeah, that's pretty neat overall. I gotta say. I like it a lot.
It's better than like the neighing horse or whatever it was for like Halloween time.
Right. No, so far I'm pretty impressed with what they've done.
But I was gonna say, I am shocked that they haven't found a way to make. I mean, I guess because they want you to buy a Magic Band, but I would have sworn they would have released like a Magic Band app or something, so I could turn my Apple Watch into a Magic Band.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think your Fossil Watch. I don't see that one coming. Could be a Magic Band, but maybe. Hello, Caleb. Thank you for joining us as we walk around Fantasyland, celebrating Disneyland's 70th.
I hadn't seen
the celebration before the celebration before the celebration.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Nice. I feel like that should be in the front of the park, but I'll take it. Do you think right now, if I go on Twitter, there's someone complaining about the fact that it's over here and not at the front, and that's not the dedication for Fantasyland?
I'm sure somebody's gotten photos of that, right?
I'm sure someone has, as whether or not someone on our team has.
Okay.
It all runs together, Mike.
Yeah.
It's a
Same here.
long couple days.
It's funny, like I think this morning I was coming into Disneyland for the cavalcade, and I realized I hadn't stepped foot in this park at all yesterday, even though we were going nonstop.
Yeah, no, that happens to me sometimes with even in regular days. You're like, oh, wait a minute, I never went over this.
Oh, here's something else. This
Ooh,
is fun.
that is very fun.
Kind of a Mad Tea Party photo op here.
It's I would say Epcot-esque.
And it looks like it's either not open or getting ready to open, because there's people waiting here, or are they just hanging out for something else? Maybe that's the line for Dumbo. I don't know what's going on.
It might not be open yet.
I don't know what these folks are waiting for. Is that for Casey Jr.? I don't know. But
Sending
here's maybe Friday, or maybe that's just for us tonight at the party.
Oh, you know what? That's a really good point. Nevertheless, I am sending messages over to our cohort to see if he can get that. But that's a good point. You will be back there. Maybe it'll even light up at night or something. Who knows?
Who knows? It's good to be in the media, I guess. But we do work hard. We earn it.
There you go.
We earn the special treatment and the free stuff.
Go ahead, Fred. We'll be doing ours tomorrow morning, but if you want to get a jump on it, go ahead. We're willing to take your submissions. Don't get mad if I steal them. If I do steal one, I will give you credit. But if I was legitimately thinking it, then we'll see if we're on the same page. Rebecca has one, but I'm not going to share it. That's her business.
Rebecca has a what?
A loser of the week so far.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're up to see the morning show all the time, but on Fridays we do winners and losers, so we each choose one.
Yeah, which I don't.
Sometimes I watch it if I'm waiting for the meeting to start.
Yeah. It's funny though, because all our songs that are supposed to be like, don't worry about licensing, those keep getting claimed, but the one that I have like T-Pain and the Beatles playing never gets claimed.
It's like
because
a
I keep them
clip.
short.
It's a pretty short clip, right?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Here's the second person I've ever seen wearing that Daddy
Erica?
Darth Vader shirt.
Yeah, that's a choice. But Daddy, I love him.
I don't know, Jeff.
So I didn't go into Galaxy's Edge. I think the only thing new there, as we discovered last night, is there's some new projection effects during the Fire of the Rising Moons show that plays along with the Wondrous Journeys fireworks show. So check that out next time you're in Galaxy's Edge at nighttime.
Yeah, the projections. I figured they were new when I took a look at the video to be shot last night that we published today. I couldn't compare it to last year's Wondrous Journeys version because we were in a different location, not looking at the spires. But comparing to the one that you got for the Mickey's Mix Magic recently, that was just lighting, whereas this was obvious projections, which makes sense because they have that set up for the other show.
Neat.
This is probably one of the best attraction watching spots in the park, along with that one little bend where you get to see the splash. Well, sorry, you get to see the Tiana's boats turn around.
Right.
At least this TV likes you.
And as we pass all these food carts, I do want to remind people that they should absolutely check out last week's Disney Laughing Place on Location, where Eric went and tried several new foods around the Disneyland resorts, and there might be some cameos. And then this Sunday, you'll be able to catch the debut of Mike's Laughing Place on Location. And if you can believe it, he'll be at Disneyland for the 70th anniversary celebration.
It's very slowly coming together. Alex is editing it, but I've been gradually shooting little bits of it through my media.
Yeah, no, it's as fun as the walk and talks are. Having a chance to do like produced shows like that, I think has actually been a lot of fun so far. So I always look forward to them. And I'll be doing one. I mentioned I'm going to be doing a walk and talk at Marceline. I'm also going to be shooting an on location there that'll come out the beginning of June.
Sweet. All right, we're in Frontierland now.
Howdy,
Keep an eye
partners.
open for the Magic Band.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly what it looks like. I cannot tell you exactly where it is, but I would imagine it's either on either side of the horseshoe there. It looks like. Well, I guess that past that would be the stage door. So if I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to be to the left. But again, don't know.
Okay. So right now there's a private event going on in the Golden Horseshoe that I wasn't invited to. So I'm guessing that's the real media.
Could be. Golden Horseshoe also celebrating 70 years, as the banner says. We have a question from.
Sorry, go ahead.
I always have a question from Fred. He's asking what you're most excited about for the 70th anniversary celebration.
Paint the Night. I really enjoy that parade. That's going to be fun. That's what
that's a good answer. Yeah, I mean, I probably have to agree with that. Although I will say that these Magic Band things are exceeding expectations.
So what was your guess as to where I can find that? Oh, is that over here? I see it. What up, dope? Yeah, I got it.
I'm very glad that I'm guessing correctly.
So it's by the Silver Spur Supplies gift shop.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
And it says Frontierland Souvenir Ticket Office. Let's take a look at some of the details in here. We've got a horse statue, some books, Mark Twain guest book, and a little model of the Mark Twain, a pilot certificate, some lanterns. There's some tickets down there under a conductor's style hat.
I feel like this is also where you used to sign up for Legends of Frontierland.
Oh, yeah. Home of the happiest horses on earth, Disneyland Railroad. Spittoon.
Nice. Keep that away from Biff Tannen.
Let's see what happens. Okay, I'll go ahead and scan mine here.
Let's see. Hopefully it'll spit out a ticket.
Oh, yep. I hear the train bell and train whistle. And I got 71755. That is the opening day of Disneyland. Number 402, July 17th. Ticket issued to valued Magic Key holder for transportation around the rivers of America on the Mark Twain.
I don't think you actually need that ticket to board the Mark Twain, but yeah.
I'm going to go show it over there. See what happens.
What does it feel like? Does it feel like the ticket media, or is it a little different?
I would say, yeah, about the same paper quality as a admission ticket to Disneyland.
Okay.
Should I try one of these other ones?
Yeah, go for it. I think I don't know if each one is a different thing or if they're all randomized and they're just different. But I will say I am fascinated that obviously it knows that you're a Magic Key holder. I'm not impressed by that part, but I will say that one came out quicker, so maybe that one doesn't have the customization. But oh no, that also does say magic key holder. So there's a media photo. Like obviously not everyone's a magic key holder. One of the media photos says like our special 70th anniversary guest.
Okay.
So I'm very interested to know how it is able to do that so quickly.
It's a good question.
I almost wondered if they wanted to, because when they had magic bands and stuff at Walt Disney World, it used to be like it would say your name as you were leaving Small World and things like that.
Yeah.
So I almost wonder if they could upgrade this to print your name on it for real.
Right. Yeah, that would be cool. So this one is a ticket to the Golden Horseshoe Review. Got a piano player on the front, and on the back it says 70 years of rootin' tootin' fun. House rules: no spitting, no cussing, no drinking, no gambling, no shooting, and wipe your boots. Agreed to by valued magic key holder. That's me. Let's try the last.
Well, that's not your legal name, so I don't know if you actually agreed to that.
I did. I forgot to tell you I had my name changed to valued magic key.
Just throws it on the ground for you. That's service.
All right. So the third one is Grand Central Tour on the Disneyland Railroad.
Nice.
First class fare, December 5th, Walt's birthday again. Holder of ticket, valued magic key holder, 55.25. That's the year it opened, and this year 70. And all the stops are listed here. I guess those would be the original. No, does that make sense? Yeah. Were those the 4 original stops for the Disneyland Railroad? Main Street, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Adventureland?
Well, probably, because there wouldn't have been New Orleans, and there's obviously not a Mickey's Toontown. And
I just thought in my head, I thought the New Orleans Square station used to be Frontierland Station, but maybe I'm wrong about that.
I could just be highlighting the lands in general. It might not be accurate.
Right.
We're not historians. I apologize for any mistakes we make, but who is a historian? Fred Ramirez would like to give us some this day in Disney history. So please, here he goes. 1944, the writer and director of Star Wars and creator of Indiana Jones was born. Yeah. So happy birthday to George Lucas. I got that one.
Today is actually George Lucas's birthday. Yeah. 82, I think.
Wow.
Oh, and here's that new pressed penny machine.
Or pressed something. I don't think it presses pennies anymore.
Oh, okay. But there's it's still got a Lincoln penny right there.
Oh.
And these are all Coco themed pressed pennies.
Very cool. And of course, Coco attraction is coming to Disney California Adventure.
Yeah.
In several years from now. I think it starts construction next year. 81 is how old
81
Lucas is.
It's getting up there.
Donna's asking, do you think they'll have them for the full 70th? I would hope so. I have so many questions about those machines, though. My friend was like, "Can I just borrow a magic band? Like, do I have to use it for park admission?" Like, I don't know the answers to these questions.
I did not use my magic band today for park admission. I used
but it's linked to your account, though. So she's wondering if she can use one that belongs to somebody else who wasn't present in the park that day.
Yeah, good question. Yeah.
Although I guess you also probably didn't use your magic.
I did not. I used I used the multi-day pass.
It's not exactly conclusive, but it's an interesting data point nonetheless.
Well, it would actually be a good test if I open up that new one that they gave me and just used it sight unseen.
On this day in 1952, the director of Who Framed Roger Rabbit was born.
Robert Zemeckis. Wow, so Bobby Z, as I call him, and George Lucas.
As you should.
What's that?
I said, as you should. Bobby Z is the best name.
Same birthday as George Lucas, apparently. I didn't know that.
That's kind of crazy. Bobby Z's A Christmas Carol. That's how he should.
And wow, look, for the 70th anniversary, they got this water bucket system up and running for me.
And we're all very thankful
Broken again
for that.
for a while. But there it is in all its glory. So we got one in Adventureland too, right? By the Jungle Cruise, you said.
Yes. Again, I don't know where, but lockers. So I feel like you see lockers. It's in a covered area for sure. It's not just down the open.
My guess is where the old Fast Pass distribution
I mean,
was
that sounds logical.
This is open, so let's see what's happening in here.
Let's hope. There's other people hanging out, so that seems good too. Yeah, this has to be it.
Yep. And there's a queue of
wherever the magic key holders are. You can tell that they're magic key holders because he's got the magic key holder exclusive popcorn and soda bottle holder.
I don't even know. I guess I'm trying to figure that out. Thank you.
And this is the preview queue. Imagine what it's going to be like on Friday.
Yeah.
But while we wait, we're also going to wish a happy birthday to Cate Blanchett because on this day in 1969, an actress was born. Her Disney credit includes Thor Ragnarok, where she played Hela.
And Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, it's very true.
Well, that was pre-Disney buying Lucasfilm, but still.
Yeah, that counts. Now, is Kingdom of the Crystal Skull still the worst Indiana Jones movie?
In my estimation, I would say yes.
Okay.
Certainly, that's how I have them ranked on Letterboxd.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Punky Brewster taught us not to hide in refrigerators, and then Indiana Jones went and undid all that good work.
All right, here we go.
There you go.
All right, we got the Mekong Maiden.
That's the only one I've seen, so I think that might be the only one here. But yeah, I love the way that I think that's a very cleverly designed machine, the way it sneaks through. It feels like you're passing a note through a locker.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, hello. My dog just walked into the room.
It's also the most popular one right now.
Yeah, by far. Maybe people just like to be in the shade. So yeah, those are available if you have a Magic Band, specifically a Magic Band Plus, I think. Let me check the terms and conditions on that. It says Magic Band Plus interactions. Okay. Not necessarily the 70th anniversary one, just any Magic Band Plus. You'll be able to use these. There's also, like we said, Tilly's booth at the entrance, the Main Street Cinema, and that one. So here's an interesting thing, Mike. The last verse is the Robert Sherman thing that we've been talking about. They played the documentary on ABC, and it's going to be added to Small World on the 17th. And they're also going to be showing that documentary in the Main Street Cinema. And it's been called the last verse, but on the ticket that Tilly gives you, it says the new verse. So I don't know if they're officially like changing the name of the documentary or they're just. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just curious what they're doing.
Yeah, I hear you.
But yeah, so Tilly, Fantasyland window. Yeah, we got that. Skipper Locker, and then wherever the Autopia one. That's the only one you're missing.
Yeah. But either way, even if Eric found it, he said it wasn't ready to go yet, right?
That's I think that's what he said, but now I'm wondering if he also just couldn't find it and so assumed it wasn't ready. But I'll have to follow up with him. But rest assured, when Mike is here tomorrow and has more time, free time,
Friday.
unscheduled, he will find it. Friday. Yes, sorry. Thank you.
I do want to show. So I haven't even seen
Lemon,
it
it's
myself.
Wednesday.
Right. I haven't seen this myself yet, but the lamp,
Yeah.
Aladdin's lamp over here has been rejiggered.
It's been moved because that's going to be where you'll bring your key to Disneyland. So they might have moved the lamp. But yes, the spot where it was is now. Yeah, so
right now it just says Aladdin's lamp is unavailable today. Please enjoy other Adventureland adventures.
A little redundant, like Universal's Epic Universe. So yeah, that's where so this might be a little confusing. So we have the Magic Band plus interactions, the ones that we've been going around. But on top of that, then they're also going to have these stations for that interactive key to Disneyland that you'll be able to buy that has is it a pin or is it just like a medallion, Mike, that's inside of it?
I think it's a pin.
Okay, I think so
Right?
too.
Am I right? Yeah.
I think so. One blind box, you won't know what it is. So then you'll go around to the park, and there'll be these different things that you actually put the key inside, and then once you complete all of those, you'll get to your key will open, and you'll get to figure out which pin you have.
Yeah. And
So
if you
one
want
of
to collect
those
all the pins, it's going to cost you a lot of money.
Yeah, because I think it's $60 for the key itself.
Right, something like that. Really quickly, this is another thing I had not seen in person yet. I knew that it existed, this box of all the miniature versions of the Indiana Jones artifacts, which I have full-size replicas of a lot of these already, so I don't feel like I need this, but it is a neat set. It's the only way you can get the Dial of Destiny. They didn't make a full-size version of that.
Yet. So yeah, the key, we've seen a few of those stations. Well, seeing prep for them, I don't think any of them actually been unmasked, as it were. But another task that Mike will have on Friday. So you're gonna have just all the interactive fun on Friday, basically.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Where do you want to go next?
I don't know. Chat, what do you think? Otherwise, I think we're gonna go to Mike's favorite place.
Gonna go to Galaxy's Edge.
I mean, why not?
All right, let's start heading back though.
If you want, along, is it along the way? I don't know. Is the wagon on the way at this point?
That's at the other entrance, but we can go out there if you want.
No,
I mean the old like covered.
Yeah, that's where one of the key things is going to be, but it's just it's covered anyway, so it's not that exciting. But yeah, that'll be one of the other places where you can use your key to Disneyland starting hopefully on Friday.
Okay, well I'll aim to end up there, but we'll go the long way through the Galaxy's Edge.
Nice.
So I saw
to celebrate George Lucas's birthday. We have to.
Yes. Luke asked a question there in our Slack that popped up on my screen, but you can tell him that the Mickey wrap is still around from Mickey's 90th birthday in 2018. That's one of the other monorails still today. I saw it.
Yeah, we're still. We're doing on this.
I believe that's what's the next time.
Mickey's 90th, you said?
Yeah. 2018, wow. I believe that was the greatest mouse party on Earth or whatever that was called.
Wow, that must be the one that the monorail they use the least or something.
Right.
Seeing lots of things on Slack. Earlier when we were in California Adventure, we noticed that area of Hollywood land that they've used for kind of looks like brownstones where they put like a lot of different ads. There was some Phineas and Ferb additions to it, but we noticed that Phineas and Ferb weren't among the characters that were on the decals. So we are wondering, we don't know whether a Phineas and Ferb meet and greet might be coming to that area in the future. But
I know we asked the Disneyland representative that today, and I don't think we were given a definitive answer.
No, I don't think so. So keep an eye out. We don't know for sure, but I did think that was interesting. What's the one ride you've been stuck on? I have only been evac'd from one ride in my life, and it was Phantom Manor in Paris. How many rides have you been evac'd from, Michael?
Benji would correct you here and say it's not evac unless it's an emergency, right? That's he has told me that before when I've said evac.
Well, good for him, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, walked off of Splash Mountain when it was Splash Mountain, which was cool. I got to see like where all the water goes backstage. Actually, nice. I was walked off from the same spot right before the lift hill on opening day, the first soft open day of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think the first time I was ever on it after it became Tiana. And then my favorite one ever was Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, because it was right before the second lift hill, which is about halfway through the ride, and you're about as far back as you can get. So we had to walk out through past a lot of track and a lot of theming and stuff. It was pretty sweet.
Nice. Yes, we are live right now. Drake drinking from a Grammy, and Christian, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to ride the Haunted Mansion at this moment. We're just going to keep walking around the park. The stretching room would be cool to film, but it would probably drop our connection, unfortunately.
Yeah. Signal's not quite strong enough in there, and it's very dark.
No, it's hard to stream from the afterlife.
Entering into Bayou Country, passing Tiana's Bayou Adventure. How long has that been open now? 6 months? A year? You could tell me either and I would believe you.
I think it's more like 6 months. I think the Walt Disney World one has been open a year.
Okay.
But again, what is time? I don't know.
Right.
The 50th anniversary was 20 years ago. Nothing means anything anymore.
Okay, so explain to me that coin that somebody shared on X, and it says it says
Country Bear Musical Jamboree.
And is that was never the name of the attraction here, right?
Right. So it's weird that they're paying tribute to an attraction that is not here and has never been here. If they put Country Bear Jamboree, that would have been the one that is where Pooh is now. But yeah, kind of just an odd choice.
The bathroom's right underfoot.
That is odd. It's crowded today.
Yeah. And this is a Wednesday in early-ish, mid-May, I guess I should say. Yeah. So just imagine. But as Rebecca has pointed out several times, and I don't know if I think it's probably ending in the next couple of days, that SoCal ticket offer is coming to the validity period is coming to an end. So maybe people are using the last days of that before the 70th anniversary kicks off in earnest. Or maybe people are smart and realize that at least some of that stuff has to soft open.
Yeah, if you've noticed the pattern from previous seasonal events.
It's not a guarantee. Although one time I flew to Hong Kong with hopes of a soft opening happening, because if it didn't happen, that would have been unfortunate for us, but it worked out.
Somebody left a guide map on this trash can with Donald on it.
And it must be an old one, because I believe that the 70th anniversary editions are out now, including Doobie found a family adventure map, which has some really adorable art inside of it. So keep an eye out for those if you see them. They're I was quite even if you don't have kids, I thought frame worthy. Honestly, I think it's a cool little thing. Yeah. Yeah, just a more playful version of the map. It's got like little characters and stuff around, things like that.
Crossing under the Disneyland Railroad track into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, planet Batu.
One of Batu.
Yes, one of 2 Batus.
There's going to be 3, but don't think that's it.
You'll appreciate this, Kyle. This is the kind of thing that I think of, and I'm like, next time I talk to an Imagineer, which is more often than an average person, I think, I'm going to ask them this question, and I keep forgetting. And I interviewed 2 Imagineers at Celebration recently, and I was like, well, didn't really get on our approved question list or whatever. But so there's a character in Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, this attraction. He's a Mon Calamari. His name is Lieutenant Beck, B-E-K, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you hear the name Beck, I'm sure you, like me, you think of the musician Beck, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So my brain, and I could be way off here, my brain connected those 2 dots. And I was like, why would they name him Lieutenant Beck? And I was thinking about the song 2 Turntables and a Microphone. And the fact that Lieutenant Beck is on a giant turntable in the attraction. He's in that shuttle that brings you up to the Star Destroyer. But if you think about the way that attraction works, it's on a big turntable that moves around like that and brings you into the Star Destroyer hangar. So I'm like, is that why they named him Beck? Because he's on a turntable? Do you think anyone will ever confirm that for me? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, it's more possible that someone just like Beck, or you also have Christoph Beck, who's a composer.
Yeah, sure.
But I like your theory, though. I did not know that was his name. Also, I don't know if it's after the singer or not, but my cousin has a child named Beck as well.
Okay. Well, here's the thing that you said was covered up that Eric found earlier.
Yeah, so that's one of them. So there's one inside Galaxy's Edge, and then there's going to be the other one is by that wagon. Or another one.
Right. So theoretically, when I come back Friday, I will have the key. In fact, I have it on me right now. It's in my backpack. But I'll have it out. It'll be activated. I'll be able to do something here, and we'll go around the park and eventually unlock the little compartment that keeps the pin in it, and we'll see which one we got.
Yeah.
And then we'll get another one. I don't know. But yeah, Disney did hook us up with one of the keys to Disneyland, as they're called.
If I have time, I'm now going to Photoshop that calamari. I know that's not what it's called. with a devil's haircut.
Yeah. Please share that with me on YouTube.
Oh, hot question from Fred. Do you think George Lucas should have kept Lucasfilm?
That is a great question. Well, I'm actually glad he didn't, because it literally radically changed my life when Disney bought Lucasfilm. And I will say, by and large, the content that has come out under the Disney-owned Lucasfilm, I have enjoyed. So I will say my answer to that is no. I don't think he should have kept it, but I understand why people think that sometimes.
How many recuts do you think we would have had if he did, instead of getting new movies? Do you think he just would have kept updating his old ones? I mean, that's a mostly serious question. But
what we might have gotten is there was a live action TV series in development called Star Wars Underworld. That was in development, I think, when they sold the company, and that got shelved. And then we probably also would have gotten the Star Wars Detours cartoon from the Robot Chicken people. I don't. Yeah, I think it went the best way it could have.
Yeah. And then you wouldn't have had, well, I guess you could have technically still had this, but it would have been
Right.
far less likely. So no more Seasons of the Force, right? That's over?
Season
Or
of
that's
the Force ended last weekend, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Ahead of the 70th, of course. But the projection show lives on. That the best feature of Season of the Force sticks around, so don't be
Right.
too sad there. I wonder if that reclaimed and reforged. I wonder how that's going. I wonder if that's done.
Let's check. When I came here on May the 4th, there was a display out in front of Savi's workshop of the new lightsaber parts that you could get for reclaimed and reforged.
Okay. We should mention there is a new, a full-sized and a mini. It's an R2 DL70 droid. So it's an R2 unit with some of the 70th anniversary celebration colors we've seen around the park. So that's a cute droid from Coruscant, right? That's what the backstory said.
I think that's what Rebecca said. Yeah, it was too long, didn't read for me.
They should have a TLDR on the box.
Rebecca did read it and did report that it was from Coruscant. Here's
Yeah, she liked that it was from Coruscant, but she thought that the rest of the backstory was lacking in detail.
Yeah. Let's see over here. This is Savi's workshop. It's very secretive. They don't tell you what they're doing here. So yeah, look,
It's limited edition.
look, they've got it covered with a cloth right now. Can I take a look at these new?
As long as you're on the spot.
No, I don't. I wouldn't have anything to do with. I don't like those guys. I want to see this stuff.
Ooh,
Yeah, these are the
they've been
new
reclaimed and reforged.
reclaimed and reforged.
We can't touch.
No, I understand.
Yeah, it's gonna be our old 10 pieces on display here. These are the display models we created, so you can always change it.
Great, excellent. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Very cool. Those I do like the looks of those.
Everybody with it. I was like,
Yeah, so that's the new lightsaber parts that you can get here at Savi's workshop
For an undetermined amount of time until they run out.
That's exactly what I was told. I was like,
Yeah.
how long is this going to last? And they were like, until the parts run out. Okay.
And makes me wonder whether that's the thing about Galaxy's Edge. You're like, now is that like kayfabe, or is that like a real thing?
Right.
Like, do you mean like Disney runs out, or are you guys talking in story? I kayfabe, for those who don't know, is a wrestling term, but I used it because one time they did a panel for Pandora. I forget who all was there. I think it was at least Joe Rohde and James Cameron, and they just the entire time kept up kayfabe and were acting like Pandora was a real place, talking about the technology they built so that we could visit there. And you're like, oh my gosh, please just tell me about the land.
I use kayfabe all the time. I also use heel turn and face turn.
Yeah, your baby face.
Frequently. I think I used it last week talking about Cyril Karn and Andor.
What's funny is that I know all of these terms, but I've never once watched a single wrestling match in my life.
Oh yes, I mean I have watched some, but I'm not a wrestling guy in general. I wanted to point out that they're relatively new from May the 4th. Balin Skull and Shin Hati lightsabers from Ahsoka. You also have Jedi Master Soul from the Acolyte, Ezra from Rebels, and the Ren is from the comics, from the Rise of Kylo Ren comic books. But some cool new legacy sabers.
Fred says he had a encounter with a stormtrooper during their Disneyland visit. Yeah, those guys are ruthless, patrolling that area.
Doc Ondar is sleeping at the moment.
I had several interactions with stormtroopers when I did the now closed Star Cruiser adventure.
I want to show you the
took over our ship.
Talking Yoda over here. I'm not even sure if he's going to be. Pardon me for 1 second. There we go. Can you hear him? It's probably too quiet for the mic to pick that up.
No, I did. Well, try it again. You can hear that he's talking, but you can't really hear what he's saying.
Okay.
But you can
There's
see his
also-
weird eyes and stuff.
Yeah. I like this new Yoda statue. That's only $130. It's way cheaper than the Grogu statue. That's like $2,500.
It is. And that's in he's in Dagobah, right?
Yeah. I think that looked like Dagobah to me.
I know a couple Star Wars things.
I also really like this Leia and R2 doll.
Yeah,
set.
so Becca has been thinking about getting this. She
Yeah.
was going to buy it once she's like, once I finish all my May 4th stuff, I'm gonna buy this if it's still available. And now because it's still available, she's like, well, maybe I'll wait for it to go on sale. I'm like, just get it if you want it, because she's not the type to buy this type of thing, but she loves it because not only does she like the look of Leia, but it comes with the art too as well.
Yeah, it's really nice, but I've been getting too much large scale stuff. Like I started getting the helmets, which take up a lot of space, and then I got that mouse droid. Oh boy.
Yeah, that box was so much bigger than I ever expected it to be.
Well, let's go
Like,
to.
is-
I'm gonna go to Droid Depot and
Is
maybe
the
we can-
is the mouse droid itself really that big, or is it just like a lot of styrofoam in there?
So I saw it. They demoed it for us at the Season of the Force media event, which is the first time I learned that they were even releasing it. And I'm pretty sure it's 1-to-1 scale with the movie, but I don't know if that helps you in knowing how big
So
it is.
so it's fairly large then.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not
It's
like a
certainly-
little Hot
Like,
Wheels.
I wasn't gonna invite anyone.
Well, it's funny. Back in 2015, which was the first Season of the Force, when
Mhm.
Force Awakens was coming out at Disneyland, they had a remote control mouse droid, and it was tiny. It's like
The little
roughly
popcorn.
the size of a bread box.
hmm
Outdated. Anyway, this one is bigger and more like the movie.
This is that we're in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland Park right now. We're going to be heading out eventually and checking out just a little bit of Frontierland before we sign off. But yeah, currently walking around Galaxy's Edge. We were checking out the 70th anniversary stuff around Disneyland, which the droid would be in here too, right?
Well, this
The
jumped
70th.
out. This jumped out to me now, Kyle. I don't think I've seen this before.
Yeah, it looks almost like a gumball machine.
This style of droid here. I want to
That's cool.
ask actually, but we do have the new
There it
R2
is.
DL70 remote control droid in honor of Disneyland's
Disneyland.
70th birthday.
Hey, that's the name of the show.
And then let's see. I don't see. I think this first order probe droid might be new too. It's a bunch of new stuff here that I didn't even know about. I did get this Boba Fett.
I've always said we
Droid
need
set.
more Star Wars merchandise.
I know this is you sound like my wife now. I'm gonna ask this guy right here.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
How long have you guys been selling this style of droid?
He's about a year old.
Oh, a year. Really? I never noticed him before.
You got him? That's May 4th.
That was May 4th last year.
Yeah.
All right.
It came in that color scheme and black and gray.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Are you guys out of the mouse droid right now?
We are.
Sold out?
Yeah.
Okay,
They went on pretty quick.
great. I got one. I just wanted to show it on camera, but thank you.
There
I had
you
to
go.
make sure he knew that I got one.
No, it's not for me. It's for a friend.
Listen, I wasn't gonna wait to pick up my mouse droid.
I'm glad you called yourself out on that because that was pretty funny. As we continue our walk through Batu.
So 4 stormtroopers right here. What?
Yeah, extra security. Big 70th anniversary is coming up. And yeah, if you've ever been to Walt Disney World's Galaxy's Edge, they are nearly identical, but Disneyland does have an extra entrance / exit. That's really the only difference. Now that the Star Cruiser is not there, and it's really
Right. Well, the Walt Disney World one did have that entrance and exit. Briefly.
But Disneyland's is all around better because they've been adding more stuff there.
Almost like
Like the aforementioned Fire of the Rising Moons fireworks, which you can check out the latest edition on our YouTube channel, where we have video of the new projections that they've been employing, as well as the new projection show, which has a really long name that I don't know the name of, but Mike has memorized and will say now.
Shadows of Memory, a Skywalker saga.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Okay.
So there you go.
Glad it
There's
was
another
still
one of
in
these key things that will be.
And this one is a different shape than the other one.
It's short.
Yeah, interesting.
We will see more. Be sure to tune in. Pay attention to our YouTube on Friday. We will have uploads of all of this, and be sure to visit laughingplace.com all the time. Because yeah, we've covered a ton of 70th stuff, but it's not over. We still got the actual kickoff on Friday, and maybe there'll be some other stuff later.
See the power cord coming out there. That's what I was pointing out. Anyway, yeah, great. I'll be back on Friday. And tonight there's more stuff that I'm not even sure if we're allowed to say anymore because they said it on the app, but I won't.
Yeah, well, I think we scheduled a live stream for later, so just go ahead and check our YouTube. Ring the bell so you know when we go live. Yeah.
Great.
So is that wrap up? Let's do it. Yeah. So thank you all for joining us. Like I said, we have so much 70th anniversary coverage over on laughingplace.com and right here on our YouTube channel. So ring the bell, subscribe, hit the like button, all the good things. And signing off from Disneyland. Thank you, Michael.
Really quickly, before we go, I just want to point out that the gates to Fantasyland are now closed.
Oh, for your party.
Yeah. So we can't even go that way if we wanted to. But yeah, thanks everybody. Keep following Laughing Place for more.
And